I'm back today and I wanted to say happy Super Bowl Sunday. As I film this, it is Super Bowl Sunday. It is February 2nd, 2014. I'm not sure if this video is going to go up on Super Bowl Sunday, but that's why I'm a little bit like sporty dressed in my Team Paris, kind of like, I don't know, I think it looks sporty and footballish, and I really don't own that many like Super Bowl or like football attire kind of thing. So this is what I'm wearing today for the Super Bowl. That aside, today is not a video about fashion. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about some items that I purchased for my 11-inch MacBook Air. If you had seen my Christmas haul, what I got for Christmas, you know that I got this for myself as a Christmas present, and I also unboxed it on camera, so you may have seen that as well, and I'll link it below if you missed that video. But today I'm talking about some of my favorite products for protecting my computers, my laptops, my Macs, and those products come from a company called Speck. So I have two items I want to show you guys today. First and foremost is the Speck SmartShell. That's a little bit of a tongue tie there. This is that hard shell that goes over your casing of your MacBook or your laptop to basically prevent it from scratches and dirt and debris and stuff like that. These are some of my favorite accessories for my laptop, and I placed an order and bought myself one in this really pretty teal kind of aqua blue color. If you know, that's kind of like my favorite color, so I got it in that color. And I also purchased this Speck PixelSleeve Air, again in another blue color. I wanted it to kind of match. And yeah, so I just needed some protection for my MacBook Air. So let's unbox these things and see how they work with the laptop. And you guys can get an idea if these accessories would be good for you. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to start I guess I'll show you guys this PixelSleeve Air first. I think that I'm going to try using this on my laptop with and without the SmartShell, so to give you an idea of how it works when it has that extra layer of protection from the SmartShell as well. I really like having something like a sleeve for my laptop for when I'm traveling. It makes it really easy to kind of just have that extra layer of like really padded protection. And as you can see, the exterior of this case kind of has like this like dotted square kind of pixel print that is raised. So it gives a little bit of texture to the case. Also on the case, there is a little Speck logo here, but nothing too obscene or anything too obvious, which I always appreciate. So it does open with this front flap, and the inside is a white, almost like a velvety, like fake fur kind of material. So it is super duper soft. And so you just slide your MacBook Air in and then just pick up these corners. And voila, your MacBook is safe inside of the Pixel case. Now, I actually can't remember how much this cost. I'm going to throw up the price on the screen. It's pretty reasonably priced. It is a really simple kind of no frills sort of a case, but it does do the job really well. And like I said, I really appreciate that kind of microfiber velour interior, because it kind of, I think that it kind of like keeps your computer extra clean, because it's almost like as you pull it in and out, your computer is being like squeegeed a little bit. So I kind of like that. It's almost like it's getting cleaned by the microfiber. So I'm going to put this guy aside and put on the SmartShell, and then we're going to try to put him back in the case with the SmartShell on, so we can see if both will fit together. I know that the SmartShell in and of itself is a really great layer of protection, but sometimes when I'm traveling, I just like to have that extra layer, that kind of like bump-proof sort of a layer. And I think having that sort of, you know, more squishy feel of that sort of a case is a benefit when you're traveling. So like usual, if you've ever seen these cases before, these snap-on cases, they come in two pieces, one piece for the bottom, one piece for the top. They're relatively easy to put on. I have a video on how to remove them. I know a lot of people complain about how difficult it is to remove these cases, and I think that usually the people who have the worst time, I think, aren't using the really nice branded cases that come from Speck, and I believe Incase also still makes these hard shells. But I think that, you know, Speck does a really great job with these cases, and they are really durable, and, you know, you don't want them to easily pop out of your computer, but they shouldn't be like so hard that you can't actually put them on. So as you can just see, all I did was opened up the bottom of my MacBook and just literally popped it on. And now I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the, I guess, the piece that goes on the monitor section. And these do have, right now it has a piece of plastic, so if you see any bubbles, it does have like a screen protector, like a protector on the actual plastic. But down here, there is the Speck logo. And I just line this up and just clip, like there's little clips all the way to the side. Now, I don't think you're gonna see this, but there's a clip right here. Oops, I made it put a little too high. There's a clip on top, and then there you go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips here. And I think there also is something down at the bottom that kind of clips in as well. So yeah, that is the case. And like, let's go ahead. I've been trying to keep this clean, but we'll go ahead and take the plastic off just so. Ooh. I love these cases because they're just so like perfectly, just like, they feel so great. And look what I did. I got a little piece of hair. I don't know if you guys can see this. I have so much hair. There's a little piece of hair that got in this. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but you gotta make sure that you have your laptop as clean before you put these guys on. I also recommend that people who use this SmartShell sort of a case, I recommend that you remove the case once a month to clean out any dirt and debris, because dirt will get under the case, and if you leave it there too long, as the case moves around and as you move your laptop around, it'll actually start to scratch your casing. So you just want to make sure you don't leave the dirt under there. And this actually popped up. Whoa, what just happened here? Just make sure I didn't break anything. No, it just snapped out. So these actually, you know, they do pop out relatively, I mean, I think it's pretty easy. They're not gonna like fall out on their own, but you do, you know, it is pretty easy just to snap these pieces off. So that is the MacBook Air with the case on. So now I want to stick it inside of the PixelSleeve to see if we can fit both together, because like I said, when I'm traveling, I like to have both. So let's see what we get here. Let's see if they'll both fit. I'm hoping they do. So far, so good. Yep, yep, yep. Bringing the edges around. It's a little bit of a snugger fit, obviously, because you've got that extra casing on, and ooh, that's a little unfortunate. It looks like the top of this kind of lifts up and away from the actual computer. It doesn't lay flat when you have that extra layer in there. And I wonder if it's because, let's try to flip this around real quick. I just want to kind of cure that. I wonder if it's because the thicker section of the laptop is on the edge. So let's go ahead and flip it so that the thicker section goes in first. I'm not really sure if there's one way or another you're supposed to put these in, but let's give the case the benefit of the doubt and try both ways. See if this works better. Nope, it still does it. So I don't know if this has warped or something when you put the extra one in, but I mean, at least it does fit the case in. Actually, it may have just popped up a little bit. Now it's laying flat in here. It's laying flat again here. Okay, so as for this PixelSleeve Air, you see that it did fit the MacBook Air very well without the case on, and it even had enough room. It stretched to accommodate the SmartShell as well. We saw that it had a little bit of issue with the front lip, and that may be just because this sleeve is a very kind of form-fitted sleeve, and the extra bulk of the SmartShell kind of pushed it over the edge. Either way, it's not that bad for me. I think that's going to still work out for me. So, you know, because there is this extra layer on here, and I just kind of want that extra buffer protection when I'm traveling. So if you guys are looking for kind of a reasonably priced MacBook Air sleeve, definitely check out this PixelSleeve Air. I think that it's got a really nice design, and it's pretty functional, and like I said, it's pretty protective. This is you know, slim, but still, it still has a lot of give to it. There's a lot of cushion. So I think this is pretty great. I'm glad that I picked this one up. Now, as for the SmartShell itself, I guess I should just let you guys know 100%. I love these sorts of cases. These are, you know, every time I buy a new laptop, I have to get myself one of these SmartShells. They're not incredibly cheap. They are about $50, but if you're someone who's investing in a laptop that's over $1,000, I don't know why you would hesitate to get protection for it for $50. So I really highly recommend these. Just to give you another once over of the case, you can see that all of the ports and everything are fully accessible. You can still see there's nothing here blocking the camera. Everything is, you know, completely open and you're still able to use the case. There's actually these wonderful feet on the bottom too, these extra rubberized feet that I think come in handy when you're traveling, because I think that I'm always afraid of my actual feet of my MacBook getting damaged. So having these extra ones is really wonderful. They actually have kind of like a grippy texture. If you can see, I kind of have like a glass table and it's a little bit, it's not hard to push this, but there is a little bit of resistance, which I really appreciate. Now, one last thing I want to mention about this case, I'm not going to show you guys how to take it off. Like I said, I have another video for that and I will link it either in this video as an annotation or down in the description box, so you can see how to remove the cases. I know that video has helped a lot of people, which is why I suggest, you know, just going over there and checking that out instead of, you know, me going through the process of removing it right here on camera right now. But yeah, this is the Speck SmartShell. And I think this is a wonderful little cover for your computer, whether you have a MacBook Air or a regular MacBook Pro. I know that they did make them for the white MacBooks back when the white MacBooks were in production. So if you do have a white MacBook, the 13-inch, you may be able to still find these cases somewhere online. But they're all generally about $50. And they do come in a wide variety of colors. This is the color haze. In, I think it was like called turquoise or something like that. I forget the exact name, and it's not actually on the box, which is not helpful, but just look for the color haze in like the teal blue color, and that's what this color is. Now you guys, just one more little thing I wanted to mention. Speck was kind enough to send me one of these SmartShells to review before I purchased the teal version. They actually sent me this, it's a similar one. I think it's called Edge Glow. Yeah, it says Edge Glow on the side. So I guess that's like a different kind of a style to these. Mine was called the Color Haze. But you can see, I forget what this was called. I think it was called like Sunset Pink or something like that. This is like an orangey pink, like almost fluorescent case. It really reminds me the color of like a Hawaiian sunset. So this wasn't exactly my taste, so I picked up the teal for myself. But I am going to be giving away this case on this video. So if you have an 11-inch MacBook Air and you would like one of these SmartShells, leave me a comment below. And since it's Super Bowl Sunday, let me know if you guys are watching the Super Bowl. In order to be eligible for this giveaway, you have to be subscribed to my channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and go ahead, like I said, and like the video and comment below about whether or not you're watching the Super Bowl. And I will pick a winner in, I guess, let's give this 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I will choose a winner for this. 2 weeks from the day that this gets posted. I'm not sure what day I'm going to be posting this one, even though it's Super Bowl Sunday. So yeah, and I will announce the winner in the description box, and I will message the winner directly as well. So I hope you guys found this video informative, and that will wrap up my unboxing, first impressions, and review of the PixelSleeve Air and the SmartShell, both from Speck. I will of course link below where you can purchase these directly from Speck. And like always, make sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment if you guys have any more questions. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.